Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down a really potent psychological trick for dealing with a common social attack. One that's designed to just make you feel small in an instant. Let's get right into it.
So picture this. We've all been there, right? You're out somewhere, maybe with friends, maybe with coworkers, and you're feeling pretty good about what you're wearing. And then, out of nowhere, someone makes a snarky comment about your clothes, usually in front of other people. It's that immediate gut punch, that feeling designed to just wreck your confidence. And let's be really clear here. This isn't some harmless little joke. It's a calculated move. The whole point is to embarrass you, to knock you off balance, and to grab all the social power in the room for themselves.
Okay, so let's start by just looking at the insult itself and the kind of knee-jerk reactions it causes. Reactions that, as you're about to see, are almost always the wrong move.
Think about it. Your first impulse is probably to get defensive, right? To kind of stammer out an explanation, or maybe you get mad. Well, that emotional reaction is exactly what the attacker wants. It's the instant confirmation they need that, yep, their comment landed and they're now in control of how you feel. And that leads us right into what we call the fatal mistake. This is the critical moment where most people go wrong and end up giving the attacker exactly the victory they were looking for. Now check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. If you jump in to defend your style, what you're really saying is, please approve of me. I need your validation. If you just nervously laugh it off, you're basically telling them your self-respect is a cheap price to avoid conflict. And if you get angry, you've just proven that their opinion has the power to control your self-worth. And this is the bottom line, the absolute key. The second you start justifying your choice, you've already lost. You're basically agreeing that they have the right to judge you, and you're showing them that their opinion actually matters to you. You've just handed them all the power. So, how do you avoid falling into that trap? Okay, let's pivot to the power play. This is a very specific, step-by-step method to not just block the insult, but to flip it right back on the person who threw it. The absolute #1 rule to this whole strategy is to show zero emotional reaction. You have to seem completely unbothered, as if their comment was so small, so insignificant that it barely even registered. This instantly steals the reaction they were banking on. Now, before you even say a single word, you're going to use silence. Use it like a tool. For about 3 seconds, you just let the quiet hang in the air. This makes them sit with the awkwardness they created. And believe me, that silence starts to feel like a physical weight. All right, here's the playbook, the 4-step process. First, you hold eye contact. Do not look away, and whatever you do, don't look down at your own clothes. Second, you slowly scan them from head to toe with this neutral, almost bored expression. Third, you let that 3-second silence build, and finally, you deliver the line. And here it is. You say it in a totally calm, maybe even a little tired-sounding voice. It's fascinating that you care so much about my wardrobe when you clearly gave up on yours. See? No anger, no defensiveness, just a calm, sharp observation. So why is this so incredibly effective? I mean, why is it so devastating? Let's break down the psychology of what just happened. This move is called the wardrobe reversal. It is so brilliant because you're not defending yourself at all. Instead, you're taking the very thing they tried to use against you, appearance, and you're flipping the focus right back onto them. So look at what you've accomplished here. You've shown complete emotional control. You've reframed their comment not as some witty insult, but as a kind of strange obsession. You took the social spotlight that was meant for you, and you turned it right back on them. And, maybe most importantly, you've hinted that their little joke was probably just a way to cover up their own insecurities. And just like that, the entire dynamic in the room flips. People aren't looking at your outfit anymore. No, now they're looking at the attacker, kind of reevaluating their comment and probably wondering, why did they feel the need to say that? The attacker is left looking kind of foolish and honestly a little desperate. And all this brings us to the ultimate point here. This isn't just about winning one little social battle. It's about building a core of real, unshakable confidence. Because at the end of the day, true confidence isn't about having the perfect comeback for every little thing. It's a way of being. It's where your own calm demeanor shows everyone around you that their petty little judgments are completely and totally irrelevant to how you see yourself. When you can master this mindset, you're not just deflecting insults anymore. You are actually building an aura of resilience. You become untouchable because you're sending a powerful signal to the world that you, and only you, are the authority on your own value.
Which leaves us with a final question to chew on. Sure, this technique is a fantastic way to handle a tough social spot, but it points to something bigger, doesn't it? What does it actually mean to be in control, not of other people, but of your own inner peace and your own self-worth?